I have a personal take on this because I read it in a book. What a douche.
And one of those is Karmicx. And, I don't really have anything out for Karmicx or anything like that. I just want to clarify what's going on. But he didn't really take it that well. And boy, did he ever get upset. So I'll be talking about some of the stuff that he said. And I didn't even really wrap up everything that I wanted to get to last night. There was so much stuff. Oh, Karmicx. I'll fill you guys in on what I see happening. And there is stuff that you might not notice, but I do. First, I want to talk about Karmicx from the other day. One of the things he said last night about me, that everything I said was wrong. He went on and on. Kind of funny, to say that everything that I said was wrong, because literally almost everything that I said, he verifies in the same stream. He verifies it. He doesn't out and out say, like, yeah, this is what Pat Dixon said and he was right, but he doesn't have to. It's absolutely true. Everything I said yesterday is absolutely true. Karmicx confirms it. But he starts off saying that he shut his mouth about me, which he never really did. I mean, I tried to make a deal with him one time on Clowntown. Like, how about this? I won't talk about you, and you don't talk about me. Okay. And then I left. And then later that night, he's saying, well, Pat Dixon left there feeling kind of defeated. I felt kind of bad for him. He has this self-aggrandizing view of all his interactions. It's interesting to watch. He came into Clowntown, and he was just kind of, I don't remember the night he was talking about, because he was talking about it the very next day. The very next night, he was saying, I went into Clowntown with the pool cue, picking up a pool cue, and Street Fighting Man playing on the jukebox. I just whipped all their asses. And said, no, you didn't. You came in, you sat there. I made fun of you. It was great. I'll show the clip at some point. I'm pretty sure Clowntown's not going to strike me for copyright. Like, see, that's one of the reasons I'm not showing clips right now of the Karmicx stuff and the stuff that he says, because basically, like Felicia Gillespie, she put a copyright strike out on BYB because they looked at some of her stuff. So, I'm just not going to risk that. I'm sure that she and Karmicx would get together and copyright strike me if I was showing clips, because it's too humiliating, I shut my fucking mouth about your stupid fucking ass, is what it says. I said, you're beneath me. You're just fucking beneath me. Then fuckface decided to pipe up about yours truly for a couple of hours. Listen, shut the fuck up about me or I'll talk about you. Okay, Karmicx. You're already talking about me. Talk about me. Go ahead. Talk about me. What do you think? I give a shit about, seriously, dude. I'll talk about you. You stupid fuck. I don't want to be in your world. You're not in my world, okay? We're all in the same world. I don't even want to think about you. Don't think about me. Well, listen, I'm just watching, dude. I'm just watching and commenting. And I have a special knowledge about this. I know stuff that other people don't know. For instance, here's something I know. This is something I know that nobody else could know. I'm betting. And it's very simple. Lately, Karmicx has been talking about time management. I got to work on my time management. Now, I've never heard Karmicx say that before. But I'll tell you who I have heard say that before. That is a Felicia Gillespie thing. She's telling him he needs to work on his time management. I know this because she told me I need to work on my time management. So this is one of her first steps. She comes in and she starts talking about your time management, and she, it doesn't meet her approval. So, she comes in and just starts making changes, which hey, if that's what you like, apparently Karmicx likes it, so that's great. Manage your time better, manage it around what she thinks is good. That's essentially what's happening. That's absolutely what's happening. So he's talking about his time management. Like, you see, I know other people don't know, Karmicx, but I know what you're going through. That's what you think I don't know. You're talking about getting to know this girl, and you're talking about how she's the most important thing in your life. This relationship is the most important thing in your life. And then in the next breath, you're talking about getting to know her. You would think it would go in the other order. Get to know somebody before they become the most important thing in your life. But I get it. You don't need to get to know her for her to be the most important thing in your life. Because she's the thing that gives you sunshine. She's the thing that gives you hope. She's the one who makes it feel like you can do anything. Right? Think of how much power you feel as a result of being with this girl. It's a lot, dude. And she can give it and she can take it away. And she will do both. And when she thinks that you've been good, she'll make you feel good. When she thinks you've been bad, you will feel like shit, just like you did on Sunday. That's all there is to it. One of the things that I said last night that I guess is part of like all the stuff that's untrue, because he says, oh, he assumes and he just throws things out. I don't assume, dude. I lived through this. All right? You're getting to know this girl. Dude, I've spent many nights with this girl. I traveled a lot of places with this girl. Fuck, dude. I had sex with this girl when you were, I don't know, 21. When you were right out of high school. Think about that. I know this girl, and I know her a fuckload of. Trust me, dude. I know her better than you do. Okay. You think you know her? I came with her, and we had sex a lot. None of this would matter. Excuse me. None of this would matter if this was in the distant past, like it should be. You know what I mean? None of this should be in my purview. I shouldn't even know about this stuff. But you know what? You actually owe me, because you wouldn't even know this girl if it wasn't for me. Not at all. So he continues. I won't think about you. How about that, you stupid fuck? So keep my fucking name out of your goddamn mouth, Pat Dixon, and your stupid fucking ass. Okay, I'll keep your name out of my ass. How about that? I will do that. I'll keep your name out of my ass. I will never put your name in my ass, Karmicx. And if I do, you probably won't even notice. If it does go in my ass. How about that, you stupid fuck? So keep my name out your goddamn mouth and your stupid fucking ass. These are all direct quotes here off of the transcript. All you do is assume some profanity, you stupid fuck, I guess. You're wrong on all accounts. Of course you are. Okay. So let's talk about that. Am I wrong on all accounts? Because what I said was that she was mad about your comments about Ari Jane. You might recall that's what happened there. I speak stupidly, people, when I talk. True. Okay, I agree with you there. You do speak stupidly when you talk. I was only being nice, and it came out rather shitty, and I apologize, and I feel stupid about it. And then he gives one of those. Look for Karmicx. Anytime you see him going, you know, it's bad news, man. That's been a bad day. Okay, so that's what I said, is that Harry Jane, you know, was a point of contention here for these two. Now we all know you'll date Harry Jane after Felicia Gillespie. No, I was being nice. I didn't want to be excluding anybody. That's what happened there. So wait a second. You know that it, like, what, is this something you realized on your own? No, of course not. Of course not. She got mad at you for that. So that verifies it right there. I wasn't wrong. I wasn't wrong. You can say I was wrong about everything, and it isn't true. You're not very good with your words. You deny shit that is undeniable, dude. And I knew it was true anyway. I didn't even need this to confirm it. Because I know exactly where you're at. I understand it, my friend. You know, to my knowledge, Felicia has had like 3 boyfriends before Karmicx, and I'm one of them. That's according to her. And she's had sex with a few other people. I maybe, I don't know. It's none of my I don't want to, like, I'm not trying to go into her past, but she's only had like a few boyfriends, and I'm the only one that's around, okay? She's also told a bunch of lies about me. She said a bunch of garbage about me. And that goes on to this day. So, like, if you think I'm coming at Karmicx, what I'm doing can help Karmicx. And I'm not trying to say, I'm not being a concerned troll. I'm trying to say, oh, I'm only trying to help Karmicx. Because I'm really not. But, because, and here's the other thing. He's not going to listen to me anyway. He's not going to listen to me anyway. But if he did, it would save him, man, I think, a lot of trouble. Now, he's not going to hear that. And really, I'm not even saying that there's anything wrong with her. I'm not even, look, she's fine with me. I see she has many good points. I do know that in a relationship context, she has a set of standards, a set of ideas, and a set of beliefs that almost any mortal man is going to have a very hard time living up to. He's already stepped in shit once. Now, if I would have somehow been able to get in his ear before he said, hey, Harry Jane would be a great girlfriend someday. Hey, I mean, I'm a one-woman man. I'm only with one woman. But if it didn't work out, Harry Jane seems like she'd be great in a relationship. We'd probably get to know each other. Now that right there is something that I don't think any girlfriend would want to hear. But I know that it's something that Felicia Gillespie was unhappy about. I know it. Trust me. Especially public shit like that, she hates. I was talking about public shit, and that is humiliating to her. She doesn't like humiliation. She feels humiliated by stuff like this, okay? So when you say, like, yeah, if I wasn't in a relationship with Felicia, I would definitely look into Harry Jane. Dude, now you wouldn't have listened to me. You wouldn't have listened to me, right? But I don't need you to explain to me what happened. I know what happened. I know what that next day was like. Especially when she was on your show twice that night. You know? It's fucking humiliating. So I said that. And what else did I say? I said, Karmicx, you have to change the whole way you talk. He says that in this very show. I just got to change the whole way I talk. But he said a funny thing on Sunday when he was down. He was like, oh man, you know, I'm just not in a mood to stream, you know, and all this shit. And then at the end of it, near the end of it, he goes, but I'm going to say right now, if somehow I'm a one-woman man and if this doesn't work out, I will never even look at another girl. Now, everybody knows that's absurd. But that's what you have to say. It's like that is funny, dude. That is so easy to read from here. Especially, you know, I know what I know. I know what I know. I know how this goes. This is what she does. She gets very hurt by these things, and you shouldn't hurt her like that, dude. You're making her look like a fool. You know, you talk about me, you know, like, oh, I'm saying mean things about her, but you hurt her. I don't hurt her. There's literally nothing I can say that could hurt her. She doesn't give a shit what I say. She's not hurt by anything I say. The only time she was ever hurt by anything I said was the stuff she imagined that I said about her, maybe. But you see, saying things like this, what you said, that hurts her. So you're the one hurting her. You're the one humiliating her. You're the one making her look, in her mind and to her feelings, like an idiot. It makes her look bad, dude. None of this is Ari Jane's fault at all. This is not Ari Jane's fault. I want to point that out. Ari Jane is blameless in this. It's not up to her to keep a standard in your fucking relationship. You understand that. It's not up to her to keep you from saying stupid things like this. And then saying at the end of the show, I will never look at another girl again if this doesn't work out. It's like, dude, she knows how you really feel. So it's more than time management you got to work on. It's your fucking it's your word management. You've got to watch what you say. You keep talking about this relationship and how you're excited about your plane tickets and you're excited about the travel and all that stuff. Let me tell you something. Be careful how much you accept, okay, from this person, because there's a ledger somewhere. And I know, dude, how wrapped up you are in it. I know. I can see. It doesn't, all the good sense in the world could not turn you away. You are on a course. You're on a path. Relationships, I think, are hard for her because, you know, they're very painful. They're very painful. And you've hurt her, dude. Not me. You. You have hurt her. Think about that. I've done 0 things to hurt her. Here's something funny. If a woman doesn't come, it's the man's fault. If a man doesn't come, it's the man's fault. Right? Don't you feel terrible about it? You know, whenever they were talking about all that shit the other night on MLC, you could have just said, hey, I can't help it, man. I guess you just can't make me come. Yeah, I mean, you know. But you didn't do that. You wouldn't dream of doing that. Because she is foremost, right? She is your God. Felicia is your God. Excuse me, I didn't mean to make a sippy noise. By God, I mean your higher power, you know. It's funny to say that you're not an alcoholic. I don't know if you're an alcoholic or not, Karmicx. I mean, like, you know, drank pretty fucking heavy and crazy there for a little while. I know you quit doing it for 7 years, so that kind of leads me to believe that there probably was a reason why, you know, you did. And I would say that you kind of put it on display, the reasons why you shouldn't be drinking, you know. And you did it to kickstart your fucking courage, you know, to say things on stream and shit like that. So when you go off the rails with alcohol, yeah, when you were getting drunk night after night, I don't know what you expect people to think, you know. I mean, like, it's just kind of an obvious conclusion. I have no idea. I'm not calling you an alcoholic, but I'm saying that, like, people who are alcoholics, they view things a certain way, okay? And you know, if you think everything that I said was wrong, I don't know why you just reaffirmed every single thing I said almost. You know, I was telling you that you had to be careful with what you said. Stealth came on later in the show and they were talking. The only thing that was bothering me, Karmicx says, is I didn't realize that I didn't realize that I'm actually stepping into a whole new world that I've never stepped in before. And this was a realization that I can't be the same guy I once was. I just didn't realize, and it hit me like a water in the face, cold water in the face. It was a reminder that the way I speak has got to change a little bit. So I'm a learner. I don't like to, I understand what the problem is, but I'm stupid. So, you see, you're changing your stream, you're changing the way you talk, you're working on your time management. I mean, dude, you're right on schedule. You're right on schedule. I understand. You know, in relationships, a lot of times you do have to make certain changes and you have to make certain compromises. Usually those come a little later, you know, when the relationship is in some kind of solid place. You have some. This is happening as you get to know her, before you get to know her. It's all you can think about. And you wear it on every stream. You talk about how great she is. Great. You better keep that up. I don't think that you'll ever be able to say it enough, but you can try. You can try. Good luck, man, because it's a deep well that you have to fill. It's a very deep well. Now, I didn't watch Karmicx stream today. I caught a little bit of it when I was I just happened to, but I didn't sit and watch it. And like, he's in a great mood. He's in a fantastic mood. So that means Felicia's in a great mood. So I'm happy to hear that. Now, I'm going to go back to sort of the beginning of his stream last night. He's basically reacting to me the whole time. It's funny because he's very upset that I talked about him, and you know, nothing that I said was true. So then he says, when Stealth brings it up on the show, he's like, well, I saw Pat's stream. Oh, I didn't see it. Yeah, you did. Okay, you're a liar. Why? I'm sitting here admitting, you know, yeah, I watched your reaction to it, you know, but you can't do that. Oh, I didn't see it. You'll have to fill me in. You're not a reliable narrator of events, Karmicx. You're just not. So, look, I mean, I know what you're going through. I know it better than anybody. I know it better than you do. That's what you don't understand. I know where you're at better than you do. You're the one who doesn't know anything right now. Like you said, you stepped into a whole new world. Well, that new world that you just stepped into is the old world that I left in the fucking past. That world that is so new to you was my reality for a while. Okay? Now, I know that people like are different with different people in different relationships. Everybody has a different chemistry. For instance, I could come, with Felicia without a problem. I mean, like, she's kind of oversold this idea that there was that it took me a long time because I was old. But no, I mean, it was, it would be, look, it just I'm not going to get into detail, but that was fine. So there are some differences, but there's look, the similarities are very plain. I see the way you act, and I know the way you feel. That Sunday, when you were all bummed out and shit, 2 days ago? Day before yesterday? When you're like, oh, man. Oh, I don't know. Oof. I knew exactly what happened. I knew exactly how you felt. I went back and found the thing that caused it. I was like, oh, he must have said something. And you can say I was wrong about that, but I wasn't. I was right about it. And you admit that, it was a problem. It's another thing about Karmicx that he likes to do is say, and I think I've proven that. He can't hang with the man, and I think I've proven that. How? What are you talking about? What have you proven? You fucking baby. You've never been anywhere. You've never done anything. You've never been with women. You've never been in relationships. You have zero life experience. You don't even fucking compose those fucking songs. I'm convinced that is straight up AI. And if you did make it, a lot of it sucks. So your music is a joke. Okay? Now, this is just my opinion. I'm allowed to say that. This is not me coming at Karmicx because I don't have a personal stake in this. I'm watching this just like everybody else. Everybody. And you know what? The Pulper, if you're still watching, keep in mind, I'm not saying he's gay like everybody says. At all. And I'm not calling him an alcoholic. Does he exhibit signs of alcoholism and gayness? Yeah. But I'm not calling him that.
Hit the follow button. Hit the like button.
Okay, Doom, you're gone again. That's it. I'm so sick of you anyway.
Doom used to wear diapers. And now he's a rotten piece of fat-ass lard-ass who's in a fucking trafficking ring on the internet, and you're the government. Where's the fucking protection?
Doom's an asshole, but I'll unban the guy.
Doesn't matter how you think you're a hero in this and a hero in that. Look at Doom!
Oh, Ted, that nigga gon' get clipped today.